This is Darren Ogden Experience, episode 4. Man, I'm moving fast. How y'all see me? I'm dropping them every day. But I want to say to everyone out there, happy Valentine's Day, man. To all my lovers, to all my people who possibly haven't found love yet, but it's on the way. Yeah, but God got you. For me, this is my second year anniversary. Happy second anniversary to me. I got married 2 years ago on Valentine's Day. And man, it's been a blessing, man. And also, but little Darren Ogden Jr. makes 2 years old on May 14th. But man, these life experiences been real. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Hey, before y'all settle down, make sure y'all have found the right person for y'all. And guess what? Know that every day is not gonna be a good day. Every day not gonna be a bad day. Every day not gonna be the day that you might expect. But you gotta choose the person that you ready to actually go through life with. Me, I chose the person that I want to go. No, I chose the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. A person that I feel like is my best friend. I feel like even if we argue, we gonna get it right that same night. And you have to know who you're dealing with. You have to know exactly what you want. You have to be more, direct with, your approach with everything, dealing in, relationships, marriages, and everything like that. Like me, I knew coming into a marriage, I'm all the way in. I'm not cheating. I'm not thinking about dealing with other women and none of that type of stuff. Like, I could proudly say that. And like, there's no woman that could say that I even attempted to give them a chance since I've been in a relationship, let alone married. I am proudly married, man. You'd asked me 5 years ago, I would never thought I'd be married. But, things change. Asked me 5 years ago, I didn't think I would have a child either. So, but I'm grateful for everything that God has blessed me with, even my new book, all kind of things. But I want to say, man, this has been a great journey. If you're out here, that I'm talking a little funny. I got all these different clothes on. Me and my wife about to go celebrate our anniversary, go to a ball, different things like that. Got the Prada tie, got the Prada shades. Got a little slight work black watch on. I gotta have a wedding ring. I'm thinking about going to get me a silver one too. But anyways, happy Valentine's Day. I remember being young. I used to want people to be my Valentines, but I was scared. My speech impediment was so bad, I was like afraid to speak to girls. But probably 15 or 16, I started realizing I didn't really, stutter around females. I started, there's a lot of females that didn't know I stutter. And that's crazy because I would have a speech impediment with the rest of the world. But if a female I was interested in, I speak smooth. And I always thought that was weird. So the older I became and especially these past few years, I think that it's confidence when, when we have some of these things. I think speech impediment is really a mind thing. You have to trick your mind back into man, I don't supposed to be stuttering. And that's kind of how I've been moving. Even though, sometimes I change my words up so I won't stutter, I still think it's mainly one confidence thing when you're speaking to the camera, to someone else, to anyone, it's confidence. And it's a lot of people that lacks confidence. Me, I don't lack the confidence, but I sometimes lose confidence thinking I'm about to have one episode of stuttering. And I think it's more, I don't want people to laugh at me. I want people to look at me like I have a disability. And I never even looked at it like it was a disability till I was going back and forth with someone and we was ripping. He's like, man, but you're disabled. I'm like, dang, I ain't never thought about me being disabled. And it brought me to the time when I was 18, I was trying to join the Army and the Navy. And it was like, it'll be hard for me to, call out, commands, because it was very bad around that age. And I thought about it, man, I really am, I probably was really disabled. I'm not gonna say I really am now because I'm working, I'm putting this work in, I'm not playing with them. But I never looked at having a speech, having one, speech impediment as one, disability. But it's even these new things. I remember growing up, I didn't even know what autism was. I never heard of autism. I heard of, people was was I'm like mentally retarded there, you know, ADHD like problems, but like autism. So I'm just seeing all these different types of autism. And I have a cousin, man, he didn't like, he speaks well, he's smart, he does everything. And I didn't even think that he had it, but I realized, you know, but like his brain moves faster than most people. He talk, like he thinking all day a lot. And it just shows you like, because a person have disability doesn't mean a person can't become able actually what they need to be. So I think people need to stop looking down on people with disabilities. Like, even though you might not say it or show it, but in your mind you thinking about it. Like, man, that person's disabled. Like, and you know, even though you don't want to be rude, but if that like disabled person rubbed you any kind of wrong way, that's the first thing that's the first thing you're gonna target. Like, but if I rub anyone wrong, the first thing they gonna say, they go stuttering, blah blah blah, Darren. You know, and that's just the crazy part. Like, people always go for your weaknesses, and as far as like my case, I don't look at my speech impediment as a weakness. Like, but I think it's a part of my story, and that's also a reason why, you know, but I'm selling books that people actually believe in my story because they know it's real. You know, like I said, with all this, every year has been a growth for me. Like, you couldn't make me believe a few years back that I'll be married, have a book out, have an office in the sky. Like, my office is on the 25th floor in the middle of the CBD. How many people you know have that, man? You know, I'm in the middle of the city. You can literally walk out of my office and walk on Bourbon Street. It's real. So I'm just, you know, let me get loose on y'all. Let me get a little comfortable. Let it off on this podcast episode. Let y'all know how real it is, man. I was the black sheep in my family. No one in a million years would think that I would have made it to the point where I'm at now. And look at me. I changed the whole geographic, like everything about it. The black sheep, man. I remember getting blamed for anything and everything. People didn't think that I would make it this far. Once you look at me in my eyes, man, anything is possible. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody trick you out your spot. Guess what? I'm a convicted felon. It's a lot of things that I can't do, but I ain't sure. But I made it work for me. Everything that someone tried to hold me back from, I still made it work. And this is why I'm bringing you this podcast every day. You're going to hear my experiences, my daily experiences. You'll hear my past experiences. You're going to hear sometimes other people's experience. Depends on if they're on side me. You know, I'm going to let this roll. But, you know, this is the Darren Ogden Experience podcast. And happy Valentine's Day again to everyone that's watching this. Or they might didn't catch it on Valentine's Day. Probably catching it later, but you know, I'm dropping this for everybody every day, man. You're gonna hear my experiences with everything. But Valentine's has been special for me. I always try to surprise my wife with rose petals, different things. I always try to do it in the middle of the night while she's sleeping. She wake up and she always be amazed. And now I gotta buy two gifts. I buy a gift for Valentine's and I buy a gift for our anniversary. But every year, I want to make our anniversary special. I want to make it bigger. I want to let her know that I'm here to stay. I hope that, you know, she feels the same way. And like right now, confidently, I know she's, you know, feels the same way. But, you know, everyone had the ups and everyone had the up days. Some people had their down days. But as long as we know each other's heart, we aiming actually for the same thing. But I'm gonna leave y'all. This is episode 4, Darren Ogden Experience. I'm hoping y'all enjoying. I'm hoping y'all watching. Like and subscribe. And please tell a friend, man. Happy Valentine's Day from Darren Ogden. This is the Darren Ogden Experience.